Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure, and as you can see I've been a little bit mad with my car choice. We are going to go racing with B-Class vehicles, just an open B-Class, no crazy, massively OP B-Class cars that we've seen before. And I've tried something. I'm not sure it's going to work. Admittedly, Blue Team have a Gurkha, and they have a Bentley 8 litre. The 4.5 can be very good. The 8 litres, normally terrible. We'll have to wait and see. The Gurkha, I mean, I should at least be racing against the Gurkha. I should be faster than the Gurkha, I would hope, with the Colorado. I like this truck. It's actually quite fast. On Motorsport 7, this is where I first started using the Colorado. It's actually a pretty damn good vehicle. I can't remember what class I used to run it in, but it could actually give cars some trouble. Like, it handles well, it drives nicely. My hope is that it'll be good enough on the tarmac to score us some points, and it should be very good off-road. That's the hope, at least. I was hoping that perhaps the power might help a tad when it comes to any of the longer straights, while of course it is heavy and of course it's not very aerodynamic. It is probably more powerful than, I say, just about anything, barring the Gurkha and the Cadillac Escalade that has gone along similar lines to me here. We do, of course, still need to get some more points, ideally, for Red Team here. We are getting beaten a bit. It's not the worst beating at the moment. It's possible to bring it back. However, we do need some more points. Sadly, this is the sort of circuit that will probably not work so well for the Colorado. I can actually carry some okay quarter speed. You know, it's not a terrible vehicle at all when it comes to the corners. You've just got to be aware it doesn't quite drive like all the normal cars. In fact, we're going to go around the outside of the Eclipse. Here we go, and mighty Colorado. We've run into traffic. Hello, hello, Bentley. Oh god, we've got DS3 behind now. DS3s are quite good cars. That's not going to want to be stuck in this particular fight, and I do kind of want to let the DS3 go. I don't really have any call to slow down the DS3, seeing as it is a teammate. So I have okay top speed. I just really struggle with that mid-acceleration. That's what I can't quite do. I can't quite do the sort of 60 to 80 is where we get murdered by everything that's far lighter than we are. Come back, Bentley. We need to get our Eclipse and me past the Bentley, preferably the DS3 as well, if at all possible. There's a big dive from the Eclipse, and it almost worked. I need to be closer here. I need to be closer, because of course the problem is, for our team, is that, well, now I'm fighting with the Eclipse, who actually lifts off, falls back into line. Can I be the one to fire past the Bentley? Or you don't really want to have an argument with the Colorado if you can help it. If there's a gap going to appear somewhere, we might fire the Colorado up the inside. Bentley covers. Can't do anything here, and this is probably where I am weaker. No, nothing. And now we're doing that 60. I don't think the gears probably don't help. And here comes the Eclipse. It's a great battle over 6th. It is a good battle over 6th. Now, the Eclipse is a little wide. We helped a smidge with that. Leathercap's got the Escalade. We need a couple more places. We need both of us past that, and we need the Escalade past the 8 litre. It's just not quite working like that at the moment. The Eclipse. The Eclipse got a very light defence from the 4.5 litre. Ah, no, and our Eclipse has got into a little bit of trouble. I probably didn't help matters too much. Can we be in a position? It's almost like I need a surprise attack on the Bentley. I'm surrounded by Bentleys. It's the battle of the barges again. Some very, very different sorts of barges. I mean, you can have a go there. That's always going to end it. There's no way that ever works. Unfortunately, my speed up the hill here is what I struggle with. Now, I know the Bentleys run out of top end. That is one of the problems they have. They will not have much top end. We're going to cut back underneath. It's a great little battle over 6th we've got going on. I mean, the lead vehicles are in another class, and unfortunately for us, Blue Team have more of them. Blue Team have more of them. Here goes the Eclipse up the inside. Nice work from that vehicle. We're going to have to sit in the middle, and we're going to try and box out the 8 litre And if we can box out the 8 litre and get the Escalade past, yes, that's what we want. Excellent work. Unfortunately, we all need to pass the 4.5 litre still. Oh, we've got everyone through. It's actually really close in terms of points. If one of us gets past the 4.5 litre, I actually think Red Team will win this. However, we have got to get the pass done in these final couple of corners. Go, teammate. I will help you any way I can. I have nothing more I can give. We have done what we can. The Eclipse is good. We see the Eclipse is very good down this straight. It might be able to do it. Go on, Eclipse. I can give you no more help. We gave you a boop. Go on. You can do it. You can do it. I think we're going to get it by 50 points. What a round. 6th place. 6th place is what mattered in that one. I say 6th place is what mattered in that one. Gliska did a fantastic job with the Scirocco that well outstripped everything else around, but that battle for 6th was epic. I would like to think I helped by holding the 8 litre out wide. We actually got 2 of our cars past that also made quite the difference. But that was a brilliant race for 6th. Even Thor agrees. I don't know if we can hear it on the microphone, but we've got some thunder going on in the background. So, we move on next to an event at which the Colorado should be happier. The Colorado should be much happier. Oh, and we're starting on pole for our side of the grid as well. Escalade. Well, the Escalade's on rally tyres. My Colorado isn't. I did notice that when we started. My Colorado's on the standard tyres, which are off-road orientated, and I know the Colorado itself is a damn good handling vehicle, which is why I can kind of get away with it a bit in B class when we're against mostly probably vehicles on rally tyres. You might. B class is one of those funny classes. I certainly know the Scirocco is on streets. I suppose Scirocco is definitely not on rally tyres. You don't actually have a PI to get that on rally tyres if you wanted to. Yeah, here is where we are always going to lose off the line a little bit because we're so much heavier. We might be all-wheel drive, but the Elan is very light. The Elan is unbelievably light. Of course, the Elan does slightly sink through the water. You can see the speed that we can make up on the Elan. Now, we are going to go for it here. We jump more than far enough. Are we going to see any front flips from cars? I'm hoping we won't see any front flips from the Colorado. That would be less than ideal. The Gurkha, I mean, might work around here. It might work better than it did on the first track. I feel like a Colorado a better choice than the Gurkha. In some ways, I kind of wish we'd started further back than we are currently. Now, the Elan will murder us down this bit. Nothing I can do about it. Fair, the Elans are stupid quick in general. But yeah, this section, the Elan will be way faster than me. It won't have the power, but it is about a third the weight. You could probably put the Elan in the back of the Colorado if I didn't have it full of spare tyres. You definitely could balance the Elan in there. Now, ideally, you want to run around the outside there and avoid the water entirely. In the Colorado, I've got so much ground clearance, it doesn't matter as much. Anyway, we will splash our way through there. The Elan is putting up a good fight. You wouldn't have necessarily expected it to be the Elan that was the one fighting for the blue team, particularly. Again, the points are going to be determined, I think, from the cars almost further back. It's going to be battles for 9th is important. I just saw Gliska overtook Scotty as a Scirocco on the Renault 5. That's an important position. Every position at the moment, with the way this is balanced, every position matters here. If you can get a position on a blue car, that's important for us. I have to hold off the Lotus. That's the only way. I have to, work to my vehicle's strength. Unfortunately, for poor Leathercap, I think that Escalade is pretty quick, but it's got started further back, got stuck in traffic for a couple of laps, and we haven't. We've just been in clean air, so we are always going to run away a little bit. I can't. This is not a circuit you can back somebody up, and even if I could, it's so far to try and back somebody up to make that work. If it was a very small gap, you could almost get away with it a little bit. But it's a big risk, and I'm not going to try that one. At the moment, we are a position still away. It's all changing. In fact, the Gurkha's jumped up into 9th. It looks like there's a big fight going on for that 9th position. Oh, the Renault's being dumped all the way to the back of the field, and there might be some missed checkpoints. It looks like a titanic battle going on around 8th to 12th. That looks like where the fun is at on this. Sadly, can't see the fun that is going on from 8 to 12. We're just going to enjoy ourselves in the pickup truck. still, we're not really shaking that Elan. Our lap times are pretty similar. I don't think the Elan would ever really be able to find a way past. That's the difference it's going to have. Oh, with 50 points clear now. It's ebbed and flowed quite a lot. Yeah, the Elan can just about hold on. I think it's maybe like half a second in my favour, and it's much easier for me to do these lap times than it is for that Elan. It does look like the Escalade is catching. That could be quite helpful. If the Escalade could get the Elan, that would put a lot less pressure on the cars further back. If they could manage that one, which is that the Escalade might even catch me before the end of the race, I would let it go. There is no point in me fighting a team battle. As much as I want to win, and if we were miles clear of the rest of the pack, absolutely, I'd move out of the way. Sorry, if I was miles clear at the front of the pack, I would fight it for the win. However, as we aren't, and we can't afford to lose the win to the Elan. See, it's tempting to try and back the Elan up, but it's too wide here to try that. Now it is a small enough gap. I think the Escalade will catch it anyway. The speed that Cadillac's got up to us is a sure sign that we are going to have Escalade company. I don't think it's going to catch me. I think it actually made a mess of the corner heading down the jumps. It is now up to second. Nice work from the Cadillac. The SUV buddies are going to work wonders. I say SUV truck buddies are going to work wonders around here. There's all sorts of changes have gone on. The Gurkha's got up to 5th. The Gurkha worked. Safe to say the Gurkha's worked around this circuit. There's still one place either way in it. We get a 1-2 for red team. However, blue have got a lot of strong cars going on there. One positional change anywhere if they take 11th away, if they take 8th away, even a missed checkpoint would cause all sorts of grave. Scotty fell to the back. That makes life a little bit more comfortable. That does make life a little bit more comfortable as long as it finishes that way, as we have 8 seconds remaining. Indeed it does. A little mistake from blue team at the end there. It was within 50 points. It was within a position. However, went away at the end a little bit. Good race. We are now 2-0 up. Could win it next time out. So, our next round, we head to Edinburgh, to a technical street circuit. And we have 2 massive trucks on our team. I'm hoping the rest of the team is going to be good enough and we can fight the Bentleys again. That's kind of what it's going to probably come down to. I think our Ferrari, the 166, is actually pretty decent as well. I think that's scored a 5th in that previous race. So if that can mix it up there, if we can, I say hinder, perhaps that's the wrong word, but if we can slow down any advancing vehicles, that might not be a terrible idea. Although unfortunately their Elan starts on pole, which is not what we want, and I'm of course all the way at the back. DS3, naturally profitable drive, pretty soft line. Renault 5 really struggles to get off the line, which I'm kind of surprised about in some ways. Small, like maybe gear ratios being funky. Oh, and a Bentley's missed a checkpoint. Tis easily done. Tis easily done indeed. The Gurkha doesn't have to worry about the street. I was kind of hoping as well my Chevy might not have to worry about street furniture all that much if the worst comes to the worst. I mean, we're not going to try and hit it, but there goes the Gurkha doesn't care about street furniture at all. Was a little bit too wide through that corner, and that will give me a position, thank you, and all. But yeah, street furniture, no fear for the mighty, mighty Gurkha. Points-wise, not looking great. I'd say not looking great for us, actually. It's kind of evened out a little bit. Our Scirocco's buried in traffic. The Cadillac's going 3 wide with 2 Renaults. Ferrari's got a run on everybody, and I'm about to be passed by a Citroen. There's our teammate, so we should let the Citroen go. The Citroen's going to get outrun by a Gurkha down the straight. That's interesting. Oh, street furniture! I thought that's falling across. I don't even know why I bothered swerving, because I'm in a giant vehicle. I shouldn't actually need to worry about that all too much. Cadillac's fighting Renault. I think let the Renault go in the end of all that. Push the Renault out a little bit wide. Can we duck underneath the Renault 5? This circuit's actually not working too badly for the Chevy. It's able to carry enough speed that it doesn't do too badly on the corner exit. It's never quite going to beat the Renault 5, I don't think, but it might be good enough to score us some points. This is kind of my job. My job is to win the off-road stuff or be as competitive as possible, preferably win the off-road stuff. and then score solid points when we come to the tarmac. That's kind of what I've built here, and I just like driving something different. I could have got my 4.5 litre or any other B-class thing that I've driven before that I know would work sensibly everywhere. However, it's kind of fun to see if you can make something different work in these, and you can, because you can sort of specialise it and, well, hope that the rest of the team works on some of the other circuits. Yeah, we can kind of hope for the best. I think that Ferrari may have missed a checkpoint. If that didn't, I'll be amazed. It didn't, apparently. That's surprising to me. That is very surprising that Ferrari didn't get... Must be a little bit loud. Maybe it clipped it at a different angle on the way through. I'm going to get... Problem is, I want to chase down the Bentley, but I don't want to hold up my teammates, because they can probably get the Bentley better than I can. Well, now I'm definitely not going to be holding up anybody. Go, 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 go. You guys go. I'll fight with the caddy. Worry about the Bentley. That's what we need to get. That's what we need to beat. We can't let the Gurkha. The Gurkha's not going to get past us. Sorry, Ferrari. I was expecting you just to go round the outside of the Escalade there. But the Ferrari didn't quite believe it had the grip to make that one work. But it's just gonna, yeah, we'll have our little battle over 8th place. It'll be inconsequential to the rest of the race. If we could get... I mean, it's coming down to another... Technically, we need 2 positions, actually, in this one. Because they are leading. They've got the extra 50 points for the win, so we would need 2 positions as we fight with Leathercap. The Bentley and DS3 got themselves into trouble. If only we were not fighting each other quite so much here. Yeah, there goes the Ferrari. Go on, Ferrari. I mean, you have probably got some of the best chance of all of us. Let's make it 3 wide. You know what? I'm gonna lift. I'm gonna let the Ferrari do its thing. Go the other side of that railing. I'm gonna be on the outside of the... This is again. We are slightly fighting each other too much, I think, to really make progress. However, it's an absolutely brilliant race between 3 unlikely vehicles. I mean, the Cadillac racing the Colorado, that kind of makes sense. Ferrari 166 stuffed in the middle of that doesn't make sense in the slightest. Oh, also, Gliska's lost out to the Renault 5. So, I think we need more than... Oh, it's got back. We need more than 1... Still need those 2 positions, which we're not going to be able to get. Really, we needed me and the DS3 to get past the Bentley. Annoyingly, I think we might just have had the pace if we could have kept it together. To be fair, I think the Ferrari hadn't got stuck with us trucks. Might have been able to challenge the Bentley as well. The Bentley has fallen, I mean, back towards the Citroen a little bit. It's not going to be enough. We've had a good lap so far in relatively clean air and all that. Django's has fallen anyway. So Django's lost to the 2nd position. That's put the Eclipse down. We cannot score enough points here. It is just for honour at the moment. Is the Ferrari going to have a look? I thought it might try that one. It is actually going to try that one. I'll give it space. That's a fantastic overtake. Well done to Larwood. You made that one stick. You might not make it stick through here, though. As we can't win this, I will fight for his position like it was any other normal race. Colorado does fill the road. It's difficult to do much about it. Leathercap's can always come back into the fight as well without squabbling this time around. The Ferrari's going to have to go the long way around the final corner. Not that you're going to want to do that with the Colorado in the way. It's got nothing. Brilliant little race. Fantastic battle over 8th place again. We should have been fighting over 6th. We lost a little bit too much time early on. We tried. We squabbled. We slightly screwed ourselves over. Blue team take a round victory. Fair play. We just couldn't quite match them at the street circuit. So we head next to an off-road circuit, Mortimer Gardens Scramble. Now, I should be quite fast here, to an extent. There's a small water splash that will help the ZR2. I'm at the back again. Well, you know what I said about running around the MUDKICKERS park. You know, didn't necessarily just want the boring race of start at the front and run away. We're not going to be able to do that here. We've got a lot of work. Got a lot of work and a lot of cars to try and find our way past. Because not only, in fact, me and the Escalade are probably 2 fastest off-road cars right at the back. The Renault 5 gets murdered off the line. The Gurkha starts ahead of us. I don't think I actually had to overtake the Gurkha yet. Certainly not outside of a ghost mode-y moment. The Scirocco we know won't like this. Nothing that we can do about that. The Scirocco's not built for this, much like my car is not built for the ultra technical. Oh, that's a fun out of ghost mode experience. Much like mine's not built for technical circuits, Scirocco's not built for dirt. That's fair enough. What have we got escaping away at the front? One of the Bentleys. Oh, the Gurkha missed a checkpoint. Yeah, one of the Bentleys, I think, is running away. We're going to go past everybody down there. Cadillac got stuck in trouble. I lost the back end slightly under brakes. Oh, Ferrari came scooting through. I was hoping I could try and get the Ferrari going. I'm sorry, everyone. We got a little bit unfortunate in all of that. Blue team have a lot of positions. It will change. This is the thing. I hope. We were up to third at one point, and I think we can probably make it back to that sort of a position. There is still a fair amount of tarmac to run on this particular circuit. The water helps me here. The water does give me a decent advantage. We can carry a lot more speed through there than some of the road cars on virtue of our ride height and everything, as will the Escalade, as will the Gurkha. Although that's a long way back. The two Renault 5s are in my way. Didn't really have anywhere to go for all of that. Bentley continues to lead from the... two Bentleys are in the top three. The Escalade's trying to join in that fun. The Elan is getting up there as well. It's just fast wherever you take an Elan. Now, no losing the back end, please. This time around. Oh, we were out a little wider. I do apologise. Renault's understeered myself off the course. But the Scirocco's caught me up. We need to have a trouble-free lap. That's what I could do with. I'm not sure we're going to get that. Do we outrun? We do outrun the Renault 5 up the hill. Got to go the long way around at turn 1. Scirocco's having a look up the inside. No, our Escalade's gone. I fear we might be done for. There is hope still. It's only a small amount though. There is hope still that we can score some good points. I can score some good points. Pretty much I have to win at this stage. I probably have the fastest vehicle here. I just need to clear the traffic. I need to clear the traffic quick enough and have enough time to go hunting on a little Lotus Elan. That one there was a fantastic run. Problem is, I can score a lot of points here, but we need other cars coming with. And we've got two of our cars down, 11th and 12th. I'm going to try and win. Of course I'm going to try and win. That's what we need. That's what I can do here. The only thing that I can do in this situation is win the race. We can win the race to see what happens elsewhere, which means chasing down an Elan on a bumpy off-road circuit. I should have the advantage, but the Elan does have a big margin. Probably has rally tyres, I would imagine. Knowing likely that it was going to be weak on the dirt, you would fit it with rally tyres to negate that weakness as much as possible. Gliss is doing a great job, considering that vehicle is not built for this. Although I guess maybe there are a few vehicles that aren't necessarily outright built for this, and that's why Scirocco is still up in 6th. But closing, he's going to be real close on this final lap. And interestingly, this circuit, admittedly we had some missed checkpoints, but this circuit is actually favouring different cars quite considerably, outside of me and the Elan going well. The Renault 5's going much better here than it was at the MUDKICKERS Park, so there we go, some interesting differences, shall we say. Come back here, little Lotus. We are going to... The best bet, the only bet really that I'm going to have of beating it is be neat and tidy here, which we have, and the Lotus was a little wide. That's good, and then it's going to be the water. We are going to carry more speed through the water than the Lotus. Draw alongside. Do not hit the back of that Elan, because we will lose all that momentum, and it will put us into the lead. In fact, it actually shot us quite a long way in the lead. The Elan seemed to really struggle that time around through the water. However, on this section, that Lotus is better. If it doesn't go wide, it's off into visiting the fence through there. I don't think it's really going to matter. Sadly, we do not score enough points whatsoever for our team. I was a little wide through all of that. Do not let the Elan pass. It's got a lot of Chevy to overtake. We will take a victory here, even with a little wobbly moment towards the finish line. We win both the off-road events. Unfortunately for us, the Escalade missed a checkpoint early on and couldn't recover. The rest of our vehicles struggled a little bit. Gliss got the Scirocco up to 5th. Django's recovered with the Eclipse up to 7th, but that is not enough in terms of points, unfortunately for us. So, it's 2-all. The next round is the decider. So, our deciding round. We'll head to the Greendale Club Circuit. I mean, it's not going to be the ideal location for the ZR2, but it might be able to score enough points. Now, we did have someone disconnect from our team, which can sometimes actually work in our favour, really. The Scirocco, good news for us, Scirocco starting on pole. We know that's likely to be quick. If that can run away, that'll be good. I'm starting alongside the Gurkha. We've got a very distinct mid-pack position. Now, we want to not slow our own team cars down if we can help it. The Scirocco, of course, front-wheel drive isn't going to get off the line amazingly well. However, once it does get going, it should be pretty competitive. That's the hope, at least, around this kind of a circuit. Oh, there is an Elan in there in ghost mode somewhere. We've got, so it's Renault 5 leading from a Bentley. I mean, so far, good news for us. If we can keep up like this, I'd be happy. Scotty we've got to worry about with the Renault. Bentley could give me some grief as well. You'll have to wait and see. Yeah, not much. Not much. We can speculate at the beginning of the race, but a lot of things are going to happen before this one is over. We will just, if I can defend. If I can defend. Oh, I mean that was a little. Might have been a little lag assisted that punt, judging by the way the car was bouncing around. I'll give Scotty the benefit of the doubt. I mean, we were hugging the inside. We were covering. I mean, again, if I can keep Redline and Ollie behind, in fact, that Bentley just. It gets okay acceleration, it's just once you've got to, yeah, it is hit the Bentley speed wall at about 110 miles an hour, they just stop accelerating. Unless you have mad engines in them, they just stop going. The 4.5 does as well. My 4.5 is a great car, don't get me wrong, but a circuit like this, it will just die on the main straight. Be fast through the midsection, sure, but it dies on the main straight. So, yeah, that's an advantage I do have over the Bentley and the Gurkha to an extent. So we are kind of rear gunner. I think we're an okay, safe rear gunner. The Renault 5 is having a look every which way to get past the Escalade. In fact, gets the Escalade against, gets the Bentley all in one go. That's, yeah, a much quicker car than we are, let's be honest. It's going to be our battle for 6th once more, I suspect. Maybe if our vehicles, the Escalade took a huge dive, took out the wall, but made it stick, we're going to go past the Bentley now as it hits its aero wall. Tell you what, Leathercap, if you could get up the inside of the Renault and cause it grief, that would be fantastic, because you could slow that down through the corner if you want. I've got good straight line speed. The Renault's really struggling here. I have a feel, the Cadillac couldn't quite pry the door open through all of that. Really tried, and the Renault was determined to not. Scotty knew if that Escalade gets up the inside, it can slow you down for the entirety of the. I say the entirety of the lap. It will just block. It will just be in the way through the corners. Not even have to be defending. It's just such a large vehicle. It's so difficult to overtake. Now we might get relatively lucky with this group ahead fighting. Scotty's car is just so much faster than the rest of us. In fact, looking at the points, it's gone very much our way here. Oh, the Elan missed a checkpoint. I just noticed Stallion has plummeted all the way down. The Elan missed a checkpoint somewhere, which has put us at a 1-2. Oh yeah, this is bad now for Blue Team as they go 3 wide down the main straights. So that's the fight for 2nd actually ahead of us. We're not too far back with our trucks. We're just not quite fast enough. We will watch from a distance, and if anyone misses a checkpoint, pick up a position. And that is all we can do. I think the Elan will probably come flying back past us. Not so much we can do about that one. I think it's going to be me and Leathercap for 6th, having our own little battle. The Escalade, I think, is a little better handling. Mine is faster. And the Escalade's a little better handling, perhaps, and a little faster accelerating. I have much better top speed. The Escalade does run out of top speed down the straight. Oh, we're going to be brave, try and draw alongside. If we're too wide, the Elan can't overtake us, right? We'll use the Top Gear school of track daying. Where if you block the entire track, no one can overtake you, and you don't lose points. That's how it works, right? That's how track days work. Yeah, that'll be fine. I fear the Elan might have too much straight line speed for us. We'll have to wait and see. Right, Leathercap. Let's go for some red team teamwork here. There we go. Right. We are through. Beware of the Elan. Beware of the Elan. No, it's going to try and squeeze through the middle. Let's try and box it in. Little bit sneaky tactics. Little bit sneaky tactics. I have got to brake early. I'm not braking. I have got to brake early if I want to stay on the inside line through there. I'm in a Colorado. Here comes the Escalade. It's very, very difficult to try and teamwork this against a much, much superior car. It's just about working. Come on, Escalade. You can fend off the Elan. I mean, it's going to be on the inside up here. We are going to try and not plonk the wall on the exit. I think the Elan might have got it. Yeah, the Elan has. The Elan has got past. Now, if it's feeling brave, it could try to go around the outside there, which is why I moved my vehicle across as much as I could to make it difficult for the Elan to find a space. I mean, it's fair defending. I say harsh. It is firm defending is pretty much what I'm doing. It was on the fair line. The Stallion will have initial acceleration. He's going to run out of space. I mean, I punch a big old hole in the air for the Elan to follow. We will. It was a hard fought for 6th position. We tried to help the Escalade past the Lotus. It wouldn't work in the end. Red team does take a victory. Blue were unlucky with missed checkpoints at wrong times in that one. A fantastic battle. It turns out the Colorado is very good off-road, and on the circuits it was about 6th. So, you know, I enjoyed driving it. And at the end of the day, I think that is the important thing. I liked driving the Colorado. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, if you'd like to sign up to take part in the next one of these Versus the Communities, you can via our forums. We're back to doing them after a little break because of scheduling issues and me being away and ill and so on. You can sign up via our forums. There'll be a link in the description of this video. Find the FailRace Versus the Community section, and you can sign up in there. However, that is going to be it from me and the massive truck. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, a goodbye.